Greetings, it's Intuitive Jacob, your shaman and cosmic midwife, and we're back to do your November readings. I'll be reading with 4 decks that you're going to see on the next screen, and we'll catch you on the inside. Thanks for being here. To answer some questions about who, where, what, and when/why, we're going to be taking a look with these 4 decks. For a look at the who, we'll be pulling a Black Moon astrology card, which might give us an idea of Sun, Moon, or Rising with people that might be playing a role or having something to do with this time frame. The when time factor is sort of elusive. We're going to be pulling 2 cards, one for the what and one for the why, that speak a little bit to that. Although we're looking in the quote-unquote month of November, these are somewhat timeless, and sometimes there is a karmic or past life, if you will, implication on situations. So we'll be looking with both the past life oracle cards for that what/when, and also taking a look with our archetype cards for a why/when. And for where these things will be occurring, or giving us an idea of the context of the situation, we'll be having a look with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. What's going on, Scorpio? It is your season, and happy November. So let's have a look at what we've got going on here. We have your 4 cards, and the first thing we're going to take a look at is potentially who you might be dealing with the Black Moon astrology cards. We have actually pulled the Aries card. That card says, I am. For the what, and this is sort of a when factor too for me, I've pulled a situation card with the past life oracle cards. Sometimes this will also give us a little bit of an idea of karmic ramifications. All right, well, speaking of karmic, that one actually says karmic relationships. All right. Sometimes I call that a when as well, because it has something to do with when these situations are relevant, more so than a timeline. These are November, but these can also be timeless situations. The other card that I pulled for possibly when, but also why, is this archetype right here for you, Scorpio. Wow. We've got the hedonist that showed up there. And for the where card, or kind of to give you a little bit of a situational awareness as to where this might be relevant, we've got a card with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, and wow, got the 3 of Swords as your where situation. That one's also upright. So just some first impressions jumping off the page here, Scorpio. I'm hearing for some of you all, this is like the post-breakup new start. I'm hearing for some of you all, that's what this Three of Swords is all about. This is to give me a little bit of a timeline indicator for you that looks like either whenever that heartbreak happened, I'm hearing for some of you all this could be relevant to the healing that you've had over the recent 3 years. Of course, it could be 3 months for some people, but I'm hearing specifically 3 years, especially if it had to deal with a love relationship that was karmic. And for some of you all, this is actually pointing to whatever you were dealing with this recent March. So just some months ago, 2019, I'm hearing March. And that for some of you all, this card, you might have known right away, but this is more telling us where something happened to you. So less necessarily of, hey, expect this. This is more of explaining why it's a new November and why this karmic relationship is showing up right next to it. Because that's really the what factor in this reading. And doesn't mean that the person had to have been an Aries, but for some of you all, you're going to be like, yeah, dang it, that was, such and such's sun, moon, or rising. And number 13 might be relevant. Aries card says, I am there. They are, for sure. Very stubborn, too. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, this could also be the new person. This doesn't necessarily have to be the karmic implication of what you may have left behind. Although I'm hearing, for some of you all, it could just be another Aries. You might have been dealing with 2 Aries, but in some cases, I'm hearing that the Aries might be the new person if specifically the past that you're leaving was dealing with a person that had swords element, like either an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. That would have been their sun, their moon, or their rising, most likely. I'm really hearing Aquarius for some of you all, that it was like, that might have to deal with that, and that specifically, if it was the past with an air tribe person like that, that it's more of like right now that you're dealing with a new energy that's coming through that's a little bit more fiery. So I'm hearing if it's not an Aries, you might be dealing with somebody that's got other fire. I'm really picking that up from this hedonist card here too. But fire element people are probably going to have their sun, moon, or rising in either Sag, Leo, or Aries. But before I get into this hedonist card, I'm going to go ahead and just read a little description for you on this karmic relationship card, because for some of you, the reason why this is showing up is, you literally are healing from something that might have been really crappy, because that 3 of Swords right there, that's never a fun one to deal with, and I'm hearing that that was the past. They're saying that this is the where things had occurred and why you might be in this hedonist phase right now. Let's see here to get you quick describe off of this book. This deck is from Doreen Virtue and Brian L. Weiss. Karmic relationship. This card indicates that one or more of the people in your current life are from previous lifetimes. You both ended your relationships with karmic imbalances. This means that one or both of you are most likely harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released. I'm hearing that's exactly what this month is about for you, and how you can best spend this Mercury retrograde period. When this occurs, you will be set free from recurring destructive and toxic relationship patterns. In some cases, this card will arise when there's a reunion with a beloved soul from a previous life. Perhaps you finally reconnected with a romantic partner. from your past, or a new friendship is bringing you great joy. With healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. You receive this card an answer to a question or concern that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you can appeal to heaven for help in releasing any old, stuck energies or emotions. You may also be guided to work with a specialist in past life regression and relationship healing. So I'm hearing for some of you all, I mean, this is speaking a lot to past life, past life, past life. I don't necessarily take this as that. I think that we've kind of found ourselves in a time where technology is so tight that we are particle collapsing energies, maybe from past timelines and even past family members that are actually integrated in one form now as we're taking mothership onto the new direction. And kind of what I've been doing in my work here is helping explain to you all where we're getting our healing in this, because some of these things, if they're not here with us right now, having a connection to them that leaves us feeling less energized, no matter what that connection is, anything that's just going to pull your energy out and take it away from right now, is where we can really benefit from recognizing that pattern and moving our energy in a direction that helps us integrate our opportunities for right now. And so, speaking to that, I want to bring up this hedonist because these are kind of like when cards together, like if we're looking at timing of things. And for me, if I'm looking at these two cards as like explaining to you the time when these messages are going to be relevant, it's telling you specifically that when you start feeling like it brings out the hedonist in you and it's got that karmic sensation to it, that's when these energies become present. And it's asking you, Scorpio, to notice the difference between your I am energy and maybe whatever this influence is, very Martian influence, because this person isn't an Aries. They have some very strong Martian tendencies in them. And for you, it might be a challenge to tell what kind of relationship is before you if you've had difficulty with this before, especially if you've left a karmic relationship. I'm hearing, for some of you, it's like just getting out of the recent 3-year relationship. And I'm hearing it's like figuring out the new cycle and like wanting to be empowered. And I'm seeing that this like Aries person, whoever this is, it's like they're saying for some of you, like 4 years ago, you had a chance with them. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's like trying to figure out how to make up for not taking an opportunity with the person that you had an opportunity with 4 years ago because of this relationship that you might have been in with somebody for the recent 3 years that's karmic. And so for some of you, it's like you're going to get another chance with this person is the thing. And for some of you all, you're not going to get a chance with this person because of whatever this hedonist means. It's like you're going to have to know which one it is for you, Scorpio. And I'm going to recommend that you check out your sun, your moon, and your rising as well as theirs if you know it, because we'll have different messages that can probably help, and there could be potentially different ones of you. So I don't want to make you feel bad about it if at all. I'm just trying to be as honest as I can with the messages. But I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, I'll just read you this card here too, but I'm hearing that if this is a redo try with somebody here as an Aries, if you had like a weird 4 years where I'm hearing you could have been with this person and you like somebody fucked off is what I'm hearing and wound up in this like 3-year cycle. Maybe that wasn't you. Maybe this was them. This might have been them. Maybe they were, the one that fucked off on you and wound up in like a relationship with somebody for like the past 3 years. And, now it's like a rotten relationship, and you might have another chance with them. I'm hearing for some of you, it's like, you might not want them back because it's like, oh, what? Now you want me now that you got that out of your system? Really? Please. And I'm hearing for others, it's like, I don't know, you might want them back. You might listen to them again. It depends on what the situation is. But I'm hearing it's like, if it was like you or them and they chose somebody else or something like that, it's like, I seem to get in they might listen to you or you might listen to them, but I'm hearing it's like the shadow attributes on this card and stuff might be why you don't trust them, or why, you might be nice, but even if you're being tempted, because I'm hearing you might be tempted is the thing. It's like, it's karmic is the thing. And so karmic doesn't necessarily mean good. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's karmic. And honestly, when I hear that, I'm just like, they're setting you up, because a karmic relationship, it's like two magnets that smack into each other. And it's like, okay, then what? Once you get that out of your system and you like knock yourself in the head, stupid, it's like, then what happens, right? And so some people have learned through that. And I'm hearing for you, it's like, just knowing that magnet is there because it's attractive, it's like that might be the only thing really pulling you, if this is making sense. But I'll read to you the card here. Hedonist, light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attributes, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. And so I'm hearing for you, it's like, especially if this is like some guy, I'm hearing Gemini on this one big time. You're going to know if it's Gemini, but I'm hearing like Gemini, Aries, something like that. Like might be have like Gemini and Aries in his chart. But I'm hearing if that was the case, it's like, you got somebody pregnant. It was like a 3-year thing. I just hear you're not even going to want to deal with him if that's the guy at all. Because, I mean, he's going to come back and... Oof. I don't want to get too specific on that. I'm getting a lot of messages on that. Some of you might just want your own private reading. Please hit me up. I would love to do it. My information is actually just below here and also in the description. But I'm hearing for some of you all, it's new time. And what you want to focus on, darling, is that Mercury retrograde in your sign, Scorpio, at 27 degrees. 27 degrees is like a fertility sort of energy where we're having opportunities come up, like in triplicates sometimes. And so, no, you might be getting showered too with other kinds of energy, because I'm seeing this 3 here, and it's like, make sure that it's the ones that you want. I'm hearing just be selective and know what you learned from the past, because you might be feeling very fertile. You might be like having that season come on you where it's just like, you want somebody in your arms for the holidays, and just make sure it's not to your own detriment, because I'm hearing some of you all have just learned so much about your own needs, especially as it pertains to like your sexual needs and like just how you care for yourself. And that sometimes just because you want somebody in your arms, it's not worth it because of the stress and the strain, especially if you went through something like this where either you got in a relationship with the person that's now the wrong person now, wishing you were with the right person that's gone, or vice versa. It was like the person that you thought you were going to be with and that you were in the relationship with, wound up with somebody else and now wants their way back. It's like there's this weird wiggle room time where I'm seeing a lot of you just being like, nah, I got this, fool. I'm over here being fruitful and taking care of myself and celebrating what it is I'm creating. And in some cases, thinking about the situation you're going to be in like next holiday season instead of this one. And for some of you all, honestly, you might hate me for saying this, try to tune it out if you can, because it's like, I feel like for some of you all, it's like draining all your good energy when you could be feeling really fertile and celebrating your own beauty and just doing other things. Because I'm hearing some of your projects are working right now. And so it's like, how do you heal from this broken heart? And it's just like, just know you're not a bucket of holes to be filled, and that you have things that you can do for yourself, and make it a project every day. do something for yourself every day if you really need to, Scorpio. Because I'm hearing for some of y'all, that's going to be the rub right here. It's like just seeing these things right here and feeling so psychic as you might be right now and magical at the same time, that it's like, if karmic person shows up here again, my recommendation is, darling, just go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Don't be near them if you can avoid it. And you might not like that. I know that that's a hard thing to hear, but I feel like that energy is going to leave you feeling so much more empowered, and that's what this karmic relationship is really showing you. And what this I am is all about is like initiative, and what you can do with like your healthy, fertile energy is the hedonist energy, to take that somewhere and do something magical with it, because this is like relationship magic sort of cultivation energy. And so if you have the opportunity to be faced with something from the past that kind of started wrecking ball, it's like, honestly, it's always going to be that way. It's always. And so sometimes just like take that energy and put it in something else, because it's like, that might be like 3 to 4 months difference before the new one's coming that's better, is what I'm hearing. So for those of you all that are like manifesting something new and see this and are like, yeah, thanks for the magic update, that's what I'm getting big time. Also, if you would like one of these with just your energy, hit me up. I can do a relationship reading for you if that's what you want, and we can even look at cycles and see when things show up, because sometimes people do come back, and there might be a few of you that I'm hearing it's like, it wasn't karmic at all. It was just like, you did not get an opportunity with somebody, and it was like 3 years in your life, and it's like this person might be coming back and there was like no karmic tie. And it's like, if that's the case, you might have an opportunity to like do something creative with them too. And I'm hearing for some of you, especially if it was just like a rough relationship that you're coming out of, your big challenge right now is going to be like, do you want to do everything with them all at once? Are you like trying to like work with them and be their lover and all that stuff? And I'm hearing for some of you all, learn to temper yourself, baby. This is the time where you might have an opportunity, and it might be better for you to just let them work for you for a little bit, you know? Especially if it's like, I'm not saying like leave them out in the cold, but pick a project and maybe don't rush into too many things right now, because that might be what you want to do this season, you know? And it's not saying that it's bad, but it is Mercury retrograde. It could be frustrating if you try to bite off so much like that, when things go a little slowly. And the other thing is that with Uranus just opposing the sun, your sun right now in retrograde, it's like, it's challenging you to want to just like do things. And so know that you're doing them by being your healthiest self, and mostly spoiling yourself. And know the difference between like spoiling yourself and like just doing risky things. Because I'm hearing sometimes for you, it's like how you push it, and just be careful. Okay? I'm just going to pull a few Sibilas for you, just see if we can get a little bit more information on... I want to see what this is about, because I didn't like it. Let's just get a little information on it. It might have a past reflection for you. Let's see what we can find out about that 3 of Swords there. Because that's like our why, or where situation. It's like where these things start to manifest. We're going to make sure that nothing starts to fester there. So 1, we've got mercante. So that's somebody that turned their back. They might have been busy with work. That's often a businessman. Fortuna. So yeah, that's somebody who's making a fortune and dumping it out too. This is like the wheel of fortune finally being upright. I'm hearing for some of you, this is to know that, especially if this is your man here, he might have been really busting his ass for like 4 years. I'm hearing he might not know he's your man is the thing, especially if he worked overseas or something. Maybe he was on an oil rig. I'm hearing oil rig for some of you all, but this Fortuna, that might be why he was doing that. It was like to secure the future. I'm hearing like when he's back, it's like he just comes with gifts. He's in charge. I'm hearing it's like the past 5 years of his life, if this is the case, all he's been doing is being committed to turning this wheel of fortune around. And look, amore. So for some of you, look, he's in love with you. I'm hearing if it's like a 4-year thing where you were just separated, or maybe you just weren't in each other's life. I'm hearing this is like the non-karmic one where it's like you might have met him at a trade show or something. Wow, look, you're going to have a reunion. The reunion card is the one that's looking up at me here, La Reunion. And this is amore. This is somebody feeling very fertile. Excuse me, let me get this up off the floor here. I dropped something. But this is somebody feeling very fertile. Very fertile. I'm hearing for some of you too, if you get together with this person at this hedonistic time, you might just find yourself with child, and it might happen quickly. So make sure that you're ready for that if that's in the plans. And if it's not, please take care. Please take care. Because there's some things that we can always make sure that we're aware of so that we don't find ourselves in karmic situations, all right? All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you think of the reading. If you liked it, please thumbs up. I really appreciate that, and subscribe. And I also wanted to let you know that Discord information up here. Join my Discord chat group. We've got an online radio show that we share, and it's a place where we can connect throughout the day. Sometimes I share oracles just with the group. And if you would like a reading with you, just your information, like I said, information is below here. And let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. I read them all, and it gives me an opportunity to connect some positive messages your way too. So I would love to hear from you. If you have something to say, shout it out below. If not, you take care, and I'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one. Bye for now.